I quite like those videos on personal finance where the YouTuber or TikToker or whichever social media you're watching, the person sits down and lists every single expenses of the month and in the same time deducting it from the take-home pay, what the person gets on the weekly basis or a monthly basis. That's very interesting. So I spent some time on that, doing it for myself. But I live with my family, so it's very difficult to separate, that which one gonna be mine, which one gonna be for other parties. So oh my god, it's quite a difficult thing to do. I thought I can do it in 10 minutes, but it was more than an hour to do it. But anyway, it was fun. It was a very interesting exercise. And anyway, everyone should know how much money from the take-home pay goes to leisure, goes to food, goes to travel, and maybe some savings for the holidays if it's possible. On the picture, you see a very gray sky, but actually the weather is very nice here. I'm walking through a part here which is very interesting. I believe it's a very expensive part of real estate, but all the buildings look very abandoned. Used to be a thriving industrial site, not anymore. Silently wasting away. It was an interesting experience walking through it. I could have saved some time, but I like to avoid public transport wherever I can, and I thought it's gonna be a 2 minutes walk, but well, let's just say it was a little bit more than 2 minutes, and it happened so many times, and it got me into certain situations, but I don't mind because I got to know this city, London, a little bit better. It's June, the month of June. It's summer, and it's gonna be very, very interesting one, I can tell. I love this. I'm walking through an industrial site, and there are so many things needs to be fixed here, and someone decided to fix some little bird houses, little wooden houses for the birds to feed them. It's very hot actually. Ooh. I've been living in London for a while, and I was lucky enough that 80% of that time I haven't used the London Underground. But today I needed to use the Buckaloo line or Bakerloo line, whichever you want to say it. It was so hot, unbelievably hot, like a sauna, really. So when I get to a place where there was a vending machine, I decided to drink a Coke. And when I drank one Coke, I decided to have one more. They were not from the same brand. And here, an honorary mention goes to Marks and Spencer Coke, which I absolutely loved. I remember going for weekend city breaks. Whenever I returned to London, I always bought one Marks and Spencer Coke. Oh yes, that was so good. But it's no more. Only the two main stayed. To be honest, I don't really drink soft drinks. This liquid candy, I just simply don't really crave it. But when it's really, really hot, for some reason, it came to my mind that it would be a great idea. And I couldn't choose from any of the main brands, so I took from each of them. And it was very interesting. I'm not gonna say which brand because it's not the point of the video, but yeah. So what the video footage what you see here right now after an afternoon walk, refreshing walk in the sun, I sit down and I look at this video I posted a couple of days ago, and for some reason the volume of it, it's very low. So I try to improve the sound of it. Oh my God, it's not easy. So this is what I'm doing after the walk. But let me continue the story with the cans of soft drinks because it's very interesting. So I was at the vending machine. I paid. There are options to pay in cash, so you can put some change in it, not paper, but the coins, and you can pay by card or with your mobile phone, and that's absolutely fine as well. So I paid, and so the vending machine dropped the can. Obviously, you need to wait a little bit because otherwise it's gonna explode. So you take the can, and I wanna talk about that moment when I took the can from the vending machine because it was covered in dust, and immediately I remember all the video games, all the I don't know, movies like Mad Max and stuff, all these apocalyptic movies and books and adventure game books I played with, where it talks about when the humanity, like half or 99% of the humanity disappears, and the remaining people, they go out in the deserted lands and abandoned places. And it kind of felt like that, when I took the can from the vending machine and it was covered with dust, and I looked at my hand, and oh my God, where was this? I looked at the expiration date, and it was basically next month. So I don't know where this can of soft drink was for a very long time, but yeah. There are rumored to be places on Earth where they keep all these electric cars they did not sell, and it's such a huge area now that you can see it from space. And I thought of that when I was holding this dusty can. I listen tons of podcasts, and I realized that all these leaders, all these people who are in a position of making decisions, they look like very very depressed people, like who were like rising stars, and in recent years they hit the ceiling, this glass ceiling, and they feel stuck. And you can see it on them, you can hear that out of their voice, and it's very strange. And there was a lady. It was like a clip, 2 seconds clip. There was an old lady who said that she doesn't care about rising price of the fuel because she doesn't drive, she doesn't care. And obviously you can explain to her that, okay, you don't drive, but everyone else is driving, and you need to transport the products you buying in the shop, the bread, the milk, the yogurt, etc. And yeah, but the thing is, if you look at when I'm looking at all the industries, I realize that there are so many I don't use. So and why I don't use them? One of the main thing, that I don't own a property, I don't own a house. And there are so many people in my generation who does not own a house. And if you don't own a house, you don't have assets, then you don't buy a lot of things. For example, all my life, and I'm not 18 years old anymore, all my life I bought furniture, one piece of furniture, all my life, just one piece of furniture. So I think that would be a key to make housing affordable again. So all these factories, all these industries can work again how they used to. So I don't see the future so bleak. There are some certain things we need to fix, and that's it. We can go back how it was very, very easily. And if you're curious that if I drank the soft drinks with the dusty can, yes, I did.